Big news just hit the 800 meters. Femke Bol shook things up. She is a two-time world champion, but she walked away from her own event. She wanted something bigger. Nobody thought she was ready for Olympic champion Keely Hodgkinson, but in London, these two finally raced each other for the first time ever, and the result has everyone talking. Here is what went down. At London Stadium, in front of a home crowd, Bol lined up next to Hodgkinson. This was their first ever 800-meter race together. Hodgkinson won, but Bol was right on her heels, just a quarter of a second back. She closed hard at the line. Think about that. An Olympic champion pushed to the limit by someone who only took this event seriously for less than a year. So how did we get here? For years, Bol ruled one event only, the 400-meter hurdles. She won 2 world titles there. She grabbed 5 Diamond League titles in a row. Everyone had to chase her. Then in October, she dropped a bombshell. She said she was done with the hurdles. No more medals to chase there. She wanted a brand new challenge. She was moving to the 800 meters. This was a huge decision. The 800 meters is one of the toughest events out there. You need pure speed at the start and deep endurance at the end. Bol had barely run this event since she was 17. Back then, her best time was over 2 minutes and 19 seconds. That is nowhere near world class. So when she made the switch, people doubted her. Many thought it was a mistake, but Bol explained her thinking. After the Paris Olympics, she and her coach looked back at everything she had done. Then they looked ahead at what was still out there. She was 25. She was healthy. She felt this was her moment to try something new. She said the hurdles made her the athlete she is, but she wanted to test herself somewhere else before her career ended. And the 800 meters? She said she always loved watching it, long before she ever thought about running it herself. Her coach did not doubt her at all. Laurent Muley has trained Bol since 2019, and he backed this move 100%. He said her background gives her a secret weapon. She moves like a sprinter. Her indoor 200-meter time is under 23 seconds. Her indoor 400 is close to 49 seconds. That kind of speed is huge for the 800. Most 800-meter runners cannot finish a race like a former hurdler can. But speed alone will not win a 2-lap race. You need endurance too. And nobody knew if she had that until she actually raced. Her first big test came in February indoors. She ran a national record, 1 minute, 59 seconds, and 7 milliseconds. Her first 800 since she was a teenager, and already a Dutch record. Then, injuries shut down the rest of her indoor season. She had to wait for outdoor season to prove what she really had. In June, she made her outdoor debut in Ostrava. She placed second. Her time was 1 minute, 57 seconds, and 13 milliseconds. 5 days later, she won in Hengelo. Her time there was 1 minute, 57 seconds, and 41 milliseconds. Her times kept dropping fast. Then came Paris. At the Paris Diamond League, Bol faced Audrey Wero. Wero is the fastest 800-meter runner in the world this year. She is a Swiss athlete closing in on a world record that has stood since 1983. Wero won that race. Her time was a stunning 1 minute, 53 seconds, and 80 milliseconds, the second fastest 800 meters ever run. But right behind her was Bol. She crossed in 1 minute, 55 seconds, and 60 milliseconds, a huge personal best, and a new Dutch record. This was only her 3rd outdoor race at this distance, and she had already reached times most specialists take years to hit. Afterward, Bol said this race gave her huge confidence. She said she felt free to race without any pressure over hitting a specific time. That result changed everything. People stopped seeing her as a hurdler just messing around. Now she was a real threat. Then came London, the Diamond League meet at London Stadium. A home crowd cheering hard for Britain's Keely Hodgkinson. Hodgkinson is the reigning Olympic champion in the 800, one of the greatest 2-lap runners ever. But here's the twist. Hodgkinson and Bol are actually close friends. They met when Bol was just 21. They train at the same camps. They grab coffee together. They text all the time. Before the race, Hodgkinson called Bol a gazelle, someone who just shows up and runs fast wherever she goes. But despite their friendship, these two had never raced the 800 against each other, not once, until that Saturday. The pressure was on for both. Hodgkinson had not won a single race all season. She made it clear before the race, winning at home was everything. Meanwhile, Bol walked into her first ever showdown against an Olympic champion in a stadium full of people not cheering for her. The race came down to the last 200 meters. Hodgkinson made her move first. She surged ahead. She opened a gap, just like a champion should under home pressure. For a second, it looked easy for her. But Bol did not fade away. She kept fighting. Step by step, she closed that gap all the way to the finish line. Hodgkinson later admitted winning meant more to her that day than her time. She said holding her ground at home mattered most. Hodgkinson crossed first in 1 minute 56 seconds and 21 milliseconds. Bol was right behind in 1 minute 56 seconds and 46 milliseconds, just a quarter of a second back. Third place went to Tigist Tufa of Ethiopia, the Paris Olympic silver medalist. Her time was 1 minute 56 seconds and 92 milliseconds. That alone shows how stacked this race was. An Olympic medalist finished half a second behind Bol, and Bol had only been racing this event seriously for a few months. Just look at how fast her times dropped this season. 2 minutes flat indoors in February, then 1 minute 57 seconds in June, then 1 minute 55 seconds later that same month, then 1 minute 56 seconds against an Olympic champion in July. That curve is not normal at all. Most 800-meter runners spend years building the speed Bol already had walking in from the hurdles. Now she's building the endurance to use that speed for 2 full laps. Nobody knows her ceiling once her endurance fully catches up, and that mystery is what makes her so dangerous. Bol is not chasing quick wins here. She's building toward the LA Olympics in 2028. London was never her finish line. It was just one step on a much longer road. And there is an even bigger picture behind all of this. Wero is the fastest woman in the world this year in the 800. She's closing in on one of the oldest records in track and field. That record has stood since 1983. Think about that. Over 40 years, and she's getting close. Hodgkinson is the Olympic champion. She's fighting hard to hold her ground at the top. And now Bol has planted herself right in that fight too. Nobody saw this coming. What used to be a 2-woman battle for the top spot just turned into a 3-way war. 3 of the fastest women on the planet, all chasing the same crown. The next chapter is already coming. Hodgkinson and Bol are set to meet again, this time at the European Championships in Birmingham. It starts August 10th. Mark that date. That rematch will answer the real question everyone wants to know. Was London just a lucky close call, or is Bol really closing the gap for good? This is not just about one race anymore. Remember, Bol is building toward the Los Angeles Olympics in 2028. That is still years away. London was one step. Birmingham is the next step, and every step is building toward that bigger goal. A win in Birmingham would mean so much more than beating a friend. It would send a message to Wero. It would send a message to the whole event. The message is simple. The top of this sport just got a lot more crowded, and Femke Bol is not going anywhere. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoy deep athlete stories like this one, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. This is Athlete Feeds, and we'll see you in the next one.